Okay, can you see my screen, eh?
Yes.
Oh, we can. If you are speaking, oh yeah, wait. Sorry, I think you are speaking.
Yes.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So first things first. Welcome to Tuesday. It is my favorite trading day of the week. I freaking love Tuesday. We are on US 100 today, and we are not on NQU as we usually are. So first things first, what we do is we'll go to a 1 hour chart, and I'm going to teach you a very simple conceptual idea that on every single time I'm executing, this is the bare minimum I do. So I'll go to the 3 previous hours. One, swing low, and two, from the hour I'm trading. So whatever hour it is, I'll go 3 candlesticks back, and then I'll do the same for the highs as well, where I'll mark the highs, I'll mark the high, and I'll mark the high here, right? So from here, what I'll do is I'll personally, it's what I do, I'll remove this and I'll have the highest dealing range from the previous 3 candlesticks that printed. And what I'll do is I'll have a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, and I'll have this on lock. And this is my current dealing range. So what I'll do when I dive into a 1 minute chart, I ask myself, are we going to see potentially lower prices or higher prices relative to the current dealing range we're in? So what do? I'll look at here. Do we have relative equal highs? No. Do we have relative equal lows? Yes. So now the likelihood of me looking for lower prices are higher than me looking for higher prices. Then what I'll do is I'll have a standard deviation of this range in and of itself. Oh, sorry, it's actually negative on the other side, on the G is -1. There we go. Is it negative 100 there? 0.5. Ah, there's 0.5 already. Okay. I'll use this one instead. So if we are to stretch below these relative equals, are at least seeing us expand 1/2 a standard deviation of this. So now, since I already came into the financial market and I've already found my buyers, so I already know I'm looking for lower prices. There's nothing more for me to study on higher time frames. I don't need anything on higher time frames, except if you're looking for inefficiencies per se, where you're looking for points at which your swing highs and swing lows converge relative to the previous 3 ranges. But as I'm looking at it now on a 1 hour chart, I do expect lower prices. We might even see us tag these lows, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a 20 handle execution. So what I'll do is I'll mark from here, current price, to where we are. Does it offer me 20 handles? It offers me over 39. So no problem. That's the first part. That's the nice part about trading. It offers you your dealing range that your expected handles from here to the swing low. Not so much, only 13 handles. So now that I've identified my bias and I've identified what I'm looking for relative to price action, now I'm going to teach you something that I keep dear to my heart, and this is studying 3 minute intervals. So if we're looking for lower prices, what we're looking for is a potential turtle soup that will offer us a short all the way to our levels. You could have short here, could have short up there, you could have short here, but now we're here and we don't have anything to work with just yet in terms of entry. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the next 3 minutes. 03 21. So after 18, 19, 20, 21. And at 21, there's going to be a potential execution that will present itself relative to the current range we're in. So notice how I'm not fearful. I'm not chasing price. I'm not focusing on PD arrays just yet. I'm waiting first on time, then price. So I'm waiting for 0321 to perform a specific function, preferably of a swing high, where it will open, and I'll show you once it begins to print. And if it even does that, in that case, targeting lower prices. And this helps you eliminate anxiety because now you're not fearful of missing an execution. Your time-based entries, if you get efficiently removed, it's because usually you're wrong on time, and that will give you indication of whether you should switch your buys or change your narrative and look for a trade in the opposing direction. And what's important about this is you are keeping yourself disciplined by using time as a variable. You are not FOMOing in when the market drops this way. It's not FOMO. It doesn't cause. It's not a cause for anxiety when it drops. It's just offering potentially an opportunity for you to execute long or short on the next 3 minute interval. But So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait first for 0320 to print. That's the first function we're going to wait for. And once it prints, I'm going to teach you something really cool, where we're expecting the next minute interval to perform the function of an entry model, a swing low or a swing high going short. Preferably a swing low going short, not a swing high, meaning the next candlestick will open, trade above this for a total soup entry, and we'll potentially see lower prices. So I would love to put a limit order there, but there's two things that are going on in my head right now. I have anxiety that I'm teaching a conceptual idea here, first of all, based on time, and I don't want to get it wrong, because that will be a depiction not to myself, but it will be a depiction to you that I don't know what I'm talking about, which is not true, because the majority of the times you can learn lessons from price action that you never thought you'd ever glean information from. First things first, right there, I wanted to say it, but it's too fast. But right here, what are we doing? We're using the 50% of this candlestick, in which I'm expecting to be a turtle soup, but it's not, and spools lower. So this might run without us. So what are we going to do? We're going to wait for the next 3-minute interval for us to either go long or short. Preferably, what you would love for it to do is for this candlestick to open and the next one does not trade below it, and we see higher prices for potential entry short. If the next candlestick takes out that low, we are going to see continual gravitational pull to these lows. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. But when I would love for it to trade above the size. So now what we're looking at is 0324. We don't care about what's happening in the middle of this range. We only want the next minute interval to perform a specific function of a swing high or swing low. So what is this function? It's performing a potential function of a swing low, which is what I would love to see, so that it gives us an entry short at this level, but it might not. It might not, honestly. It's giving me very heavy bearish prices because of this o'clock inefficiency. So if you're looking for inversion, or if you're trading ICT stuff, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So, but I don't want to use that per se. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions as well, my good sir. I am watching your chats. So now what has 0321 done? It has performed the function of a swing. Sadly, it's a swing low. I would have preferred a swing high where it takes out the side for lower prices. But what has it done to perform the function of a swing low? So now we can remove all these. I don't need them. We're going to look at every minute interval. So when this candlestick closes, what are we going to do? We're going to focus on 0324. Sort of in a nice short here. Keep your eye on this baby here. That's what I'm looking at. If it offers us an opportunity short at 0324, I'll take it. But I want a total soup entry. I don't want a continuation or an expansion model. I don't want to use my 3-minute intervals for that today. Notice this. Right there. Close for that candlestick. So now what I want you to watch is, does 0324 trade up just to the midpoint, maybe to even fill this hold inefficient, but just to the midpoint, and continue to raise lower, targeting these lows. So I don't have an entry just yet. I would have preferred the entry at 21, which didn't occur. I don't like these entries because they're a bit too low for me. They're so close to liquidity, and these are where you usually F up the most. So now what do you expect? You expect this to potentially form the function of a swing low. What is it? It's a 3-minute interval. So if it does that, you can anticipate almost like a small retracement that will offer you an execution at a 3-minute interval for shorts. So I also want you to notice from the dealing range we're looking at, 50%, we've raced lower. We've touched 25%, we're racing lower to 0 and almost a standard deviation of this whole run. So now what you expect? You expect this to perform the function of a swing high, a swing low, apologies. Meaning this candlestick should not take out that low. Because if it's showing you these signs, what it's doing is it's engineering liquidity for you at time, at exactly the times we're studying. So the next time we're going to study is 0327. They never change. It's just 20 of them, and you keep studying them for potential swing highs and swing lows. And if you're studying them, if you're not lucky, there's not luck here, but if you study them intently, there's a few of them that are going to offer 20 handle moves in this price action we're looking at today. And that's what I want to catch for you. So as expected, it performs the function of a swing low. I would have loved the swing high for us to go short on, but it has performed the function of a swing low. So we wait for the 0326 candlestick again, and we'll execute based on that. So once the 0626 candlestick, 0326 candlestick prints, then and only then do we study it. This has already performed that function. When you study these times well enough, what you're going to notice is at these major times, the swing highs or the major swing highs and swing lows that happen for a sustained period of time happen at 3-minute intervals. And it becomes very easy for you to spot areas in which you can either go long or go short relative to these 3-minute intervals printing. So it's always fun to put yourself in such environments. It's very nice to put yourself in such almost a level of reading price that is based mostly on time more than it is price. And you're looking for always these times to perform specific functions. So what you're going to wait for now is this one. As soon as this candlestick closes, so this like this classic example here. So what I'm going to do is, if this candlestick opens and trades just above this, that's a beautiful short opportunity for me. Let's see, it's relative to range. It's only 13 handles, so it's pretty hard to take. And I want you to notice what's happening. When we were focusing on 3-minute intervals, today we're going to have a bloodbath on Wall Street. When we focused on the first 3-minute interval, what did this, or the first variable before the 3-minute interval, what did we do? We spent time at the lower quadrant. This is what we're going to do on this one as well. Studying that. That's nice. That's a turtle soup entry there. So that's a beautiful short. I thought it was going to stay within the lower quadrant of that, but it's not. So then you're going to look, is it going to continue to expand just above this swing, or is this will be the swing for this minute interval? So what you're going to do now is the next candlestick in terms of minute interval should not trade above this high. If it does, you wait for the next 3-minute interval. You watch the bodies in and out of itself, and you watch for this inefficiency, because this has already performed the function of a swing low. This is a retracement for me. It's not an expansion. So just because you can't predict when the expansion will end does not mean you don't know it. But keep your eye on this level here first. And once we touch it, I think I'm going to go short at 0330. This would have been a nice short as well. I don't mind it. The reason for that is because you look at it relative to range. From here, if you had a 20 handle stop, your 20 handle stop is right above here, so you don't need to stress about it. These are just for perfect entries, so that's how I focus on it. But you know the draw is lower. I don't like the fact that this traded above the 27. I would have loved the turtle soup, but I think it's going to happen when we just graze above the swing highs. We might see it at 0330, latest 0333. But when this candlestick closes, I want you to notice something. Watch the bodies. The bodies stay within. I love seeing stuff like that. So it's okay that the conceptual ideas are there, but it's just the price action. And this is what are we doing? On US 100. It's not in Q. So I'm a bit anxious, just a bit. So I love that the bodies are respecting. But anyways, let's watch this continue as price begins to print. Preferably, I would love 0330 to expand higher for a turtle soup, but I think it has done enough. Personally, I would just love a wick here. Then I would take that short. But no wick, I don't feel comfortable with it just yet. We started what we're doing is we're counting every 3-minute interval from o'clock. So if you're at o'clock, what you're going to do is you're going to study 03, 06. There we go. So it's a beautiful short entry here. Can't it enter some? There we go. Did I just enter? No. Limit order? No. Okay. So what we're going to do is just a 20 handle stop and a 20 handle TP. So time is mid price. We're not, let's be facetious and go for these lows just because we are studying a lesson here. And is 81 ticks this? What the hell is, hold up, let me do the math here, boy. What the hell is this that I'm seeing here? We use 20 handles here. There's 20 handles right above here. Okay, that's scary. That's so scary. Jokes. Anyways, so what we're doing with relative to this entry, whatever happens now does not matter. Whatever happens now does not matter. Let's get that out the way. Let's remove all these dumb things on our chart. You see, when we execute short, this high should not be tagged. If this high gets taken out, then most probably we're wrong and we're going to get efficiently removed from the marketplace. So if you want to learn how to execute it, swing highs and swing lows, you need to study at what time they form. Because if this performs the function of a swing low, we caught it here in lifetime. This was a beautiful one in and of itself. I would have taken it as a sloppy entry, but the perfect one presented itself, and we're going to watch it slowly expand to the lows if it does so. But what's important is our ability to interpret at what moments in time will swing highs and swing lows form. That's the most important part, not the entry. Technically, yes, the entry as well, but the function of every minute you're studying. So you're going to study the 03, the 06, the 09, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 30. What happened from here? This is 0324 performs the function of a swing low. For what? 0330 to perform the function of a swing high. This is a delivery schedule. This is a delivery schedule in and of itself. It's beautiful to watch, but it's a delivery schedule within inside of it, in and of itself. If we do take out the swing highs, then most probably I'm wrong and we won't take out these relative equal lows, and it's okay. I'll take my L and walk away with it. But what we're doing is we're using the same range right there, which I wouldn't like, honestly. Then we watch this range and we watch it continue to spool higher if it does, and we watch it race for these relative equal highs. But the function here, it served its function, and the expansion that occurred here, I'm offside. That's it, and I can't do anything about that if I'm wrong on side, because I know why I'm wrong. I know I'm a bit anxious today. I'm sharing time conceptual models. Also from here to here, this is 20 handles, by the way. And I don't want to share my base models, and I don't know how does one not share his base models. But it is. So we can expect it to race and take out the swing high right there, which I don't think it will, but we'll see. We can watch this inefficiency here. So keep your eye on what? 0336. Is 0336 going to open trade into this inefficiency for potential spooling higher? We've touched 50% of the current dealing range that we're looking at within the previous 3 hours. Preferably, I would have loved the expansion to come in to the downside. But what's important about my entry is I want you to notice as soon as we entered, were we in a consolidation or did we expand after that? We expanded. And that in and of itself is that's what I'm in it for. I'm here for expansions. So if the expansions are manipulations, it's okay. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus Christ. I want you to notice we just came back and touched the previous the previous 3-minute high. The same thing we're doing here. We did that. So watch to see if this inefficiency will play for higher prices targeting that high. Personally, I want this inefficiency to fail, but just because you want it to fail doesn't mean it would, eh? So I'm going to put it in red because I want us to trade through lower, because I believe this is a manipulation, just got wicked out, but watch that. So now if we don't take out this low, on the next candlestick, we are going to see higher prices targeting that high, and most probably my stop loss as well. Then the best entry would have been at 0324. That would have been the best entry for me. But I was not looking for longs. My bias was short. So I want you to notice 0333 performs the function of what? Swing high. Preferably I don't want this high taken, but we have to tape read as the market is printing. Whether you like it or not doesn't really matter. But that's what aids in consistency, your ability to read the tape without any emotional attachment to the outcome of the execution. You know why you're wrong when you're wrong, and you're not afraid to go through the execution in and of itself. It's not that your time concepts are wrong or you're not good at studying price. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Take your L and walk away. That's the definition of a good trader. In my personal opinion, I don't see higher prices. I don't, but we'll let it print out as it should. So what I want you to focus on is the 0336. If it takes out this low, then watch, does it perform the function of a swing low? Meaning once it does that, this low doesn't get tagged. And the next minute interval, you see that? Then the next minute interval will just open and spool higher, taking that high out. Personally, that's not what you want to see, but you will if I'm offside. So today is going to be a very manipulated market, and I'll tell you why. So from point of execution, we had one more manipulation. So I want you, when you're studying the AM session, I want you to notice inefficiencies that you go short on. They're going to get ran again. So like for example, you have this is a beautiful short, and then it's going to run it one more time and then race lower. So watch for that PA in London, in the AM session, and it's going to force you to change bias. You're going to get it wrong. You're not going to get perfect entries. And it's just because why? Check the calendar week. Check the calendar week. That's very important. So, but as expected, we have blasted through this low. Exactly on time, by the way, 0336, as expected. And it's not going to perform the function of a swing low as we want it to be. So, and I want you to notice as well, the levels we are marking, the perfection. Why is US 100 so nice? It's actually nice. But anyways, for me here, watching, the most ideal entry would have been at 0333, where we opened and traded above that. But that's not what we caught. We caught the entry at 0330, believing that to be the swing high for this retracement. But the retracement lasted just 3 minutes longer than I anticipated. I thought I was going to do it for 6 minutes, but it did it for 9. There we go. Beautiful expansion lower. So now here's where you can use all ICT stuff. Inversion, FEGs, fair value gaps, breaker blocks. It doesn't really matter. You can use all of them. They all work here. So now what you want to do is you want to see speed and distance below all these lows. Preferably the time in which you're expecting to see these expansions is 0322. Jesus Christ. I'm not expecting a swing low to form here, but I'm expecting an expansion to occur. Latest 0345. If then we miss that, then it's the macro, but I want to be very specific, and I do think we'll hit my TP before 0342. That right there is a beautiful short. What time is it? 03:39. So what you want to do is you want to see it open, trade higher, just like that. And whatever high this candlestick forms, that high should not be taken out. If it gets taken out, then you expect the wick to do it, not the bodies. If it does it with bodies, then it's okay. You're just wrong on the time, because I'm teaching you to study them. I won't tell you about those times in which they will perform swing highs and swing lows. You just see them in my entries. But you can expect that. That's expectation. That's future. You're seeing, we're trying to read the future 1 minute before it even happens, baby. So if that's not good enough, I don't know what the freaking hell is. Sorry. Excuse my French. We're getting close to my TP, so I'm getting a bit excited. Anyway, so you can expect this high not to be tagged. If it is tagged, then watch the bodies. But you're expecting this to be the function of what? A swing high. So the next candlestick should open, trade just there, and then melt lower. If it goes higher, watch your wick, and then keep your eye on 0342. That's all I can. Right there. So that should be enough for this minute candlestick. If it goes any higher than this, then we're wrong. and I'm just going to be making noise for you. It's crazy how you can predict the high for a minute candlestick, eh? While it's still 32 seconds left before it closes. It's nice. 20 seconds left before the candlestick closes. Preferably, I would love 0342 to really spool lower. Like, give me that candlestick, whatever. What do they call it? I think retail traders call it the God candle. You know, these people are hilarious. But anyways, it's not the point. So what have we done? We've predicted two functions today. Swing high and the high for this candlestick that was printing before it even closed. So let's see if time will play a course, and we'll have predicted at what time our TP would hit as well. Honestly, I think it's going to do it at 45, but 42 for nostalgia's sake, we'll be taking out these relative equal lows anyways. But that's a beautiful short. Again, that's a 3-minute interval. This is a 3-minute interval. This is a 3-minute interval. So all this is a sequence. I won't tell you what it is, but it's a sequence. Pretty cool. Remove all these. Apologies, I have so much on my chart, it's ridiculous, but I'm just trying to convey a message. Sorry. So remember what I told you, you should expect a whole lot of manipulation. So this was a perfect function of a swing high. But what's going to happen is we might have a turtle soup again one more time, and I don't like them. So it's the market condition we're in. And I believe more lessons will be learned here than in good market conditions, because it's a bloodbath on Wall Street, eh? But what are we doing? We're engineering relative equal lows more and more and more as we're getting close to the what? The macro. So it's nice. You know my good side, no, Jesus Christ, baby, jokes. It's nice, eh? It's because you're looking at, you never looked at price through this lens. And it's very important for you to, and that's the key behind my consistency, you know. When you look at, and also, sorry, just to give you context, I don't think it will perform the function. What happened? The 3-minute takes out that high, and the next one should not take out this high, but I think it will, honestly, because it might not play breakaway gap just based on this retracement, just because of this wick here, this candlestick here. It's making me doubt my time concepts just a bit. So you want to watch that. You're studying to see if it's going to take out that high or not. You're not afraid, you're not anxious, you're just watching. If it does, watch the bodies and watch what liquidity chases after. So watch it chase this baby here, and watch the next 3-minute interval at 0345. That's a nice one to watch as well. Then if we get stuck in a consolidation, then my 3-minute intervals become not null and void, but they will show you, and I wish we have that price action where they'll show you a consolidation market. So, but other than that, no, we don't have. I am in the office today, apologies. Let me just mute my phone. There we go. Call them when I'm done. So I want you to watch what happened. Bodies. The wicks do the damage. The wicks do the damage. Bodies do what? Tell you the story, baby. So watch 45 and watch to see if it's gonna. You wanna see a candlestick like this at 45. Latest 50. If it doesn't do it at 45, then 50 is my latest. So other than that, then I don't know what the hell is going on. Then I would officially be in uncharted territory. But that's beautiful. The function of a swing high. Bodies. Look at this. Let me show you, because it's like remove all the wicks. If you remove all the wicks and look at this time, what's that? 0324 swing high. So it's always there. It's always there. So you can choose whether you use wicks or bodies. I've only taught so far how to use wicks, but I also use bodies to perform functions of swing highs and swing lows. Are you enjoying the session so far? Is it as informative as you thought it was going to be? Because obviously I'm going to share it on my YouTube as well for you to rewatch again. So I want you to notice again, what is this? This is a what? A 3-minute interval. What did it do? I didn't want to point it out because I knew you were watching it. What did it do? It opens, takes out that high, races lower. Then you don't want the next candlestick taking out that, that high. Jokes. Yeah, man. It's free, baby. If it's free, it's me. Jokes, 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 jokes. And I'm so proud of you for passing, yeah, for 8 months of hard work. That's tough, man. I'm so proud of you, by the way. I know it took a lot. I love the fact that you're very hungry. You know, it shows in your ethics, it shows in your work, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm grateful that you're following along my journey. I also think we met for a reason, hey? But this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what I do. You do see my charts, you do know how I execute, but this is the bare minimum. This is what I do on a normal day, on a given Monday, on a given Tuesday. So what has this done? Exactly right on time, perform the function of a what? Swing high. So we can see it spool to our target within the next few minutes. We might do it heading into the macro, and that's okay. So we didn't do it at 42, at which I anticipated. So it's a manipulated market. So I'm not going to fight anyone, but keep your eye on that red box. So price should remain heavy in that red box. If it doesn't, and we go above that red box, then we're entering what I call uncharted territory. Then only Jesus Christ knows what's going to happen, because I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So I'll usually those times I wouldn't be in this trade. I would be out of an execution, and that will be indications that we're in a consolidation and not an expansion market. So don't fight the market. So we've began our first measure of retracements. But I want you to notice, when the first measure of retracement begins, what performs the function of that swing low. It's not a 3-minute interval, it's 0346. So what does that show me? That these lows are going to get ran. And this is what? A retracement. When have we started the retracement? Heading into what? The macro. So keep your eye on that, baby. Keep your eye on 0351. That's where we're going to go short. If we don't go short at 51, we're going short at 54. If not 54, it's 54. Jokes. I wanted to say 57, but I don't want to give you 3 times. I'm going to give you 2 that you focus on. So keep your eye on 03 what? 51, and 03 what? 54. But also, never forget this. What time is it? 03:48. So you're expected to do the function of swing, regardless of whether it took out the previous high or not. Doesn't matter. Those are retracements. But you're trying to anticipate, when will that retracement end? What time? I can tell you what time. But what's important is you studying it for yourself, so that you find it. Because just because I told you doesn't mean you'll trust it, you know. So, but this was nice. See, this price action here was so nice. I genuinely believed we were going to expand lower, but we didn't. So we're having more retracements, and we're spending more time here with you than I'd like to, which I don't want to do. The more time I spend, the worse. This is crazy. What time is this? 03. Man, I can't believe we just had 1, 2. Wait, is it 2? No, this one didn't. Apologies. We had 1, which is 0324, 1 function. 2, 3, 4, 5, 42 with the bodies. 6, 45 with the wicks. 7 times in which we predicted a swing high and a swing low in lifetime. And it's hard to read everything going on, especially when you're in an execution, you know, but it's there. It's perfect, yeah. Perfect function. Perfect. Perfect function. It's just mind blown right now. There we go, target hit. And I hate it. If you did not trigger me in, I swear to God, I'll throw this freaking laptop out the fucking window. language. Take me off. There we go. Thank you. There we go. So we've concluded our session for today. I'm really blessed for you to bless me with your time. I didn't catch the high. I'm sorry. I didn't catch the high. I thought I was going to. But I didn't. And it would have been nice if we caught that high and we read it all the way to the lows. But that's all I have for you. So I will pause this recording and upload it to my YouTube, and then we can start. You can start asking me questions. And other than that, I really pray you have an amazing remainder of your day. And as my good sir would say, it's just another day in the freaking office. Jokes.